Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday, September 27th. Hope you're holding strong. We are the early adopters of a new asset class and as well as a new technology, blockchain, which will change the world the same way the internet did. So continue to hold strong, guys. Big things are ahead. Let's take a look at the market here. The market's looking very healthy. We've seen, obviously a lot of rallies of the market being led by Ripple XRP and some of Bitcoin Cash yesterday because of the Bitmain IPO news. But majority of the rallies and bullish sentiment that we've had over the past 2 weeks have been because of XRP bullish movements and breakouts. What we're seeing is everything's pretty much up. There's a bit of a sideways movement. So definitely a healthy look and feel of the market right now. As I stated in my videos before, we are not in a bull run yet, but definitely some bullish sentiment is being stirred up, and that is because of the announcement of Ripple's X Rapid, which is slated to go live next month. And also we have Ripple's Swell conference coming up next week, October 1st and 2nd, Monday, Tuesday. So I had already said one of the catalysts for the bull run would be Ripple's X Rapid and a launch, as well as the launch of govt, which is a global cryptocurrency exchange that is powered by Starbucks, the parent company in New York Stock Exchange, and Microsoft. So big things are ahead. As far as, XRP's movement specifically, and the reason why I'm calling it out is because I know a lot of people were saying it's going to crash back down, whatever, but it did not. It built new support levels, and it's now hovering around 54, 55 cents. So definitely a good sign. And we'll see what happens, on Monday and Tuesday, because Ripple's Swell conference, it may be more hype. Who knows? It may start pumping. And we don't know the specific date of X Rapid going live, but some people are speculating it could go live, at the Swell conference, but we'll see. We don't have any details about that, and why would we, right? Ripple is going to keep that very lock and key and launch it when they're ready. But we heard from the Ripple employee that in a month or so, earlier this month, that they will be launching it. So exciting times and great things are ahead. Now, I have some very positive news for you guys. The first is FXChoice. And FXChoice is a provider of a secure online trading services offering its clients individual premier solutions for trading Forex, CFDs, and precious metals. So very much part of the whole Forex market. And they tweeted today, guys, Ripple deposits and withdrawals now available. So they had the announcement here on their website. Let me just, let's see. They had it on one of the slides. Here you go. Ripple now available. Deposit and withdraw, instant, safe, and low fee. So let's read the details here. We are pleased to announce that clients may now deposit and withdraw Ripple XRP. For those unaware, Ripple is currently one of the top 5 cryptocurrencies in the terms of the market capitalization. Ripple is the name of both a digital currency, XRP, and an open payment network within which the currency is transferred. It is distributed open source payment system. To deposit XRP, you'll need to open an XRP denominated account with us. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. So what have we been seeing a trend of? Exchanges listing XRP, adding XRP as a base currency, and now we're seeing non-traditional, non-crypto exchanges are listing XRP along with other cryptocurrencies. So this is really big. And let me give you an understanding of how huge the Forex market is. This is an article here that, let me pull the number. According to the Bank of International Settlements, foreign exchange trading increased to an average of 5.3 trillion a day. Now, so imagine how many people are using this site and FXChoice and other Forex trading exchanges and so forth. And now remember, all of these exchanges, whether they're for crypto or for whatever else, Forex or whatever it may be, they're all competing against each other. So once one of them starts to do this, the rest would follow. So as I've been stating, bigger things are ahead. We have to be patient. But guys, this is really huge news. And I'm so excited to see what's going to come next year, because if this is happening now, I think some really big things are ahead. And everyone, as I've been stating, is gearing up for the growth and the takeoff of this market. The stage is being set. These companies and so forth are not making these investments and, moving into crypto and listing XRP and Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatever else for the fun of it. They're out to make money. And remember, it takes money and in resources to get these things up and running, right? So you just imagine it. They're making this investment because why? They see the potential, the long-term growth of the crypto market, the adoption of blockchain, and so forth. So we are really in the infancy stages of this market. We are the early adopters, so we should count ourselves lucky. But this is very big for Ripple, guys, or XRP specifically. And like I said, they tweeted this today. And here's what their website looks like. And you can deposit and withdraw, guys. So definitely some big stuff here. And moving ahead to the next positive Ripple news, Ripple has launched a new educational or donation initiative. So let me give you the details here. Ripple for Good supports education and financial inclusion with $100 million commitment. Today, we're thrilled to announce Ripple for Good. So that's the name of the initiative, a corporate social impact program that will support mission-driven organizations and initiatives with the potential to expand financial inclusion worldwide. The program will also focus on STEM, fintech education, and financial literacy as key drivers of the new increasing inclusive global digital economy. So you may say, well, this has nothing to do with XRP. What does it matter anyway? So remember, Ripple first is a company, right? And this is really part of marketing, even though I know it's an initiative where they're giving back, and that's important. It's good to see that, right? That as a company, they're giving back, helping out people, donating, and so forth. And they've done a lot of that already. But initiatives like this, what they do for you is they help build your brand recognition, but they also, from building your brand, drive demand. That's what marketing is for, is to drive demand, right? And this was not done just on the fly. This was strategically released today, especially with Swell coming up. And guess what? What we were just talking about? Launch of XRapid. So do you see what's happening here? And this is why I'm so bullish on Ripple. Not just because the technology is superior and it's disrupting a $1 trillion industry, but also the company behind it, they're making the right moves. Marketing, partnerships, building relationships, doing what they can to get their name out there. And I think it's very smart. And like I always tell you guys, those of you who subscribe, I think about this from a business standpoint, because that is where we're headed. I've said it time and time again, this market list will shift big time. A lot of projects and ICOs are going to die when we move from speculation to utility. Remember what happened in the dot-com bubble. The companies, the websites that didn't have an actual revenue model or business model, they failed, they died, and a lot of people lost their money. Those that had a revenue model and had an idea with lasting potential, like your Googles, your Amazons, your eBay, and so forth, they survived, and now look at them, global, massive companies, right? That is the same principle here in concept. Especially, like I said, Ripple, using a crypto called XRP, is disrupting a $1 trillion cross-border payments industry. They are going to be working with banks. Banks are going to use their technology, specifically XRapid. Not only banks, payment service providers, such as your MoneyGrams and Western Unions, and that is going to impact the price of XRP, the volume that's going to be moved. It's going to be significant. So real world utility. So remember, when you're looking at these projects, what is the real world utility? Does it have lasting potential? Is it disrupting a market? What is it doing? And looking at it from a factual, logical, and business standpoint, this absolutely makes sense to me. So I hope you guys grasp that. Like I said, it's good that they're doing this, but it's also, it has a trickle-down effect, the marketing, the branding, right? Driving demand and building that trust factor that when Ripple starts taking off with XRapid Live, and this bank is working with them, and this payment service provider, and people are going to remember these things. Oh wow, Ripple donated 100 million, blah blah blah. They do this, they donate to charity to help these people out. This is all great stuff, and this is what you want to see, whether you're investing in crypto or even in stocks and companies, right? You want to know that that company is doing good stuff, it's doing the right stuff, it's making the right moves, and that's what's happening here. So don't miss the bigger picture. Sometimes people have tunnel vision with crypto, and they're so caught up in this coin and that coin, they don't even think about utility. They're just thinking about how they can make that money, but you can't think. You have to think logically and factually and look at what is this project doing? What is it trying to accomplish? Does it have a real world utility? Does it have a working product? Or do they have partners? Are people saying they're going to adopt it? You have to look at all of that. This is where you need to do your research, look at the facts, right? This is why I try to share this with you guys. I don't make stuff up. And you need to be very informed and researched as an investor in anything that you're investing in, right? So moving ahead to some more positive news here, and this is really big. Former UBS bankers net $100 million to build a crypto bank. Crypto bank, guys. Let me give you the details. A Swiss startup launched by several former UBS bankers has raised 100 million Swiss francs, or around $104 million, in a bid to establish a regulated cryptocurrency bank. Called SEBA Crypto AG and based in the Crypto Valley Zug, the startup said on Thursday it had secured the funds from domestic and foreign, listen to this, foreign institutional and private investors, including Black River Asset Management and Summer Capital. You guys see what's coming? I hope you don't miss what is coming. Like I said, count yourselves lucky, because there's still a lot of people on the sidelines like, oh, whatever, crypto, fake money, oh, whatever, blockchain, who cares, right? They're all going to be having FOMO in the near future. But like I said, count yourself lucky. And I'm not, even if you hold a variety of crypto. I hold a variety of crypto. I'm most bullish on XRP, but I hold a variety of crypto. Count yourself lucky, guys, and keep holding. There's so many great things and big things coming, and I'm sharing facts here. I'm not making this up. With the investment, SEBA said it will develop and offer traditional banking services to firms in the crypto industry, and also provide cryptocurrency trading, asset management, and custody services for institutions that are interested in moving to the nascent space. Now, let me repeat that. Cryptocurrency trading, asset management, and custody service for institutional investors. A lot of the institutional investors that are on the sidelines, they're waiting for these custody services. And that's why the launch of BACT is so important. And we know, like, the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange also looking to do the same. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. So when a lot of these custody services, and even Coinbase, when these custody services are set up, it's going to open the floodgates, because the $1 million investors, the $1 billion investors will feel confident. They know their funds and their crypto will be secured. They don't have to worry. And remember, they're not just going to go on Coinbase and dump $1 million, right? When I say that, the same way we do, or go to Binance, they want the white glove service. So, yes, Mr. Wealthy person, I can buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin and $1 million worth of XRP and Ethereum. That's how it's going to happen. And these people, the same way they deal with the stockbrokers and the bankers and so forth, that's the same way they want to be dealt with the cryptocurrency market. And it's coming. Can you believe this? A crypto bank, and they're raising funds both locally and internationally. And this is what we're going to start seeing more and more of, guys. This is big. I hope you understand what is happening here. This is really game changing. Like I said, it's very much like 1994 or 95, where the internet is growing and computers are starting to appear in everyone's homes, and websites are being built, and email is becoming a thing. this is what's happening. Everybody's building their services, right? The growth. And there were still skeptics back then, early 90s, right? People are like, well, what's the internet? I will never use the internet. I heard it's only for pornographers and gamblers. I heard they were saying you can use your credit card online. I'm never putting my credit card online. What if somebody steals it, right? And then Y2K, those of you who are old enough, you know, you had a lot of FUD for the internet days too, guys. There was FUD there too, and there's FUD here now. But behind the scenes, the big money, the businesses were all making their moves. And I remember, you know, I was in my early teens, you know, back in the 90s, obviously, and into my older teenage years. So obviously I wasn't paying attention. All I knew, hey, we have the internet, we have computer. But the people who were maybe old enough and understood what was happening, a lot of them made money because they could see, wow, this is going to change the world. And we are in that similar timeline right now where it's like, wow, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, this thing is real. And behind the scenes, regardless of the market being down or up, whatever, these moves are being made. So don't miss that, guys. Really big things are happening. So some other positive news, Independent Reserve, which is an Australian exchange here, becomes the first exchange to be regulated by the Australian Transaction Reports and Analysis Center. The Independent Reserve offers XRP with fiat pairing, USD, New Zealand dollar, I hope that's right, and the Australian dollar. So see what's happening? Now we have exchanges that are being they're being regulated, approved, right? They're all being going through the regulators to make sure they launch with all these things in place. Here's what they're, I think this was this is the press release here. So ADCA certifies Australian Crypto Exchange Independent Reserve. Let's see here. The Code of Conduct is a tool to help Australian customers identify. Oh, wait, let me back up. Okay, the exchange has been certified as compliant with the Australian Digital Currency Industry Code of Conduct. Code of Conduct is a tool to help Australian consumers identify digital currency businesses that have best practice standards in place. So what are we gonna start seeing even in the United States? Just like we saw DCEX, which is a block down from Coinbase's office in San Francisco. They are a regulated and approved crypto exchange. I remember reading that. Also backed is regulatory approved as well. So you see where we're headed, guys. And every exchange is trying to expand, even getting securities license so they can trade, because some tokens are going to be listed as securities. They're getting all these things in place. So really big things are happening. Those of you who are my subscribers who are in the Australia, or have you heard about this exchange? And we'd love to hear if you guys used it. And what do you think about this approval, or here from the ADCA? And the Independent Reserve actually tweeted this today, showing the different cryptos they list and showing the volumes and what's going on and so forth. And this is with Australian dollar. So I know some of you may be like, what, Bitcoin 9,000? But this is Australian dollar. So big things are happening around the world, guys, and it's all coming together. Now, some great news for Ethereum here. I hold Ethereum. I have nothing against Ethereum. I just for the record, I hold XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Sia Coin, Stellar Lumens, Proppy, Nano, the basic attention token. You guys have seen my portfolio. So I'm not against anything, but I'm a realist. I'm a factual, logical person. Like I said, I approach this from a business standpoint. So if something has a flaw, like Bitcoin, I believe its flaw is it doesn't have great utility. It's moved to more a store of value, but it doesn't have great utility. We saw this over and over. It's slow, it's expensive to use, it's not scalable. So, but because it's the original and it's a store of value, I'm holding it in my portfolio. So Ethereum moves its adoption forward. The Austrian government to operate on its blockchain in federal bond auction. This is really big. Government adoption here. On September 25th, Klein Zeitung, a local news portal in Austria, reported that the country has planned to auction government bonds worth 1.15 billion euros that will be authenticated with the assistance of the Ethereum blockchain. I cannot pronounce that. This is wow. I apologize, those of you who are in Austria, Germany, wherever. I'll use the abbreviation OEKB, which is one of the leading banks in the country, will begin notarization service on October 2nd and carry out a live operation on the blockchain. Furthermore, the government bonds are to be issued on behalf of the Austrian Treasury. At the onset of the news, an official from the OEKB stated that this will be the first time for the blockchain technology to be used in government bond auction. The official said, following successful tests, a blockchain notarization service will be used for the first time at the next week's federal bond auction. Guys, do you see what's happening here? Banks, governments, the wealthy folks, institutional investors, every aspect of our society and our world is now getting involved in blockchain, crypto, and so forth. Can you imagine this? The Ethereum blockchain being used for government bond auction. This is amazing what's happening. So if there's still people who are like, oh, crypto's a fad, it's crap, share this content with them. Like I always said, invite your friends and family to watch this channel, not because I'm great or everything. It's not about me, but more of we showed them the facts. We are not making stuff up. And a lot of this stuff is not in the mainstream media, so to speak, right? They're not going to go on CNN and see this news. They're not going to go on Fox or CNBC and see this news, because the market, this news cycle hasn't reached full mainstream yet. So a lot of people don't realize these things are happening, but they're happening behind the scenes, while the majority of the mass public are still unaware, just going about their daily lives, and they don't realize that the revolution that's taking place and how this technology is going to be integrated into our daily lives and disrupt a lot of things and improve a lot of things, obviously. And it's coming slowly and surely, just as the internet did. So share this video with them, right? I'm not making anything up. They can go online and verify all this stuff. And, crypto is here to stay. Blockchain is going to revolutionize the world just as the internet did. And like I said, we are the early adopters. If we continue to hold and be patient, we will be rewarded. There's an opportunity to make a lot of money here, but you got to be patient, guys. And this is not financial advice, but just me, buy the dips when you can. Don't buy the all-time highs. Be sure, if, like I said, not financial advice, but if you're talking to your brother, your sister, or your family, or whatever, somebody asks you, be sure to give them that. Like, don't follow the herd in the sense of, oh my God, the price of Bitcoin is going up, CNBC's pumping it. That's the wrong time to buy, because remember, markets move in cycles. It goes up, then it corrects. We saw that many times, even on a massive scale back in December 2017. So it's important, because a lot of people get burned and then they're like, oh, I knew it was a scam, and they walk away, but they don't understand market cycles. They don't understand how young the market is and why there's so much volatility, and that it is growing slowly but surely, and we're seeing adoption, integration, and the stage being set for liftoff, guys. So keep holding. Like I said, the market looks healthy right now. Some sideways price movement. That's fine, better than going down. And I absolutely think, like I said, my catalyst, launch of XRapid, will be big, because the media is going to pump it. We know some banks and payment service providers are going to go live with XRapid, and that's going to be covered by fintech news and the finance news and your CNBC Fast Money. And you'll probably see a lot of people start to FOMO around XRP. And I think we will certainly see some price movements off of that. The volume, the hype, the speculation, the FOMO, right? And of course, I believe the market will rally behind that, just as we've been seeing over the past 2 weeks, as well as the launch of BACT. It's even making me think about buying Starbucks stock, because BACT is going to be partnered with Starbucks, where people are going to be able to use their crypto, not directly. They'll cash it to fiat and then buy coffee. That is, can you imagine that? Look what far we've come, guys. And then Microsoft is also part of that. But I probably may grab some Microsoft. This is not financial advice, just saying what I'm going to do, stock, and see, you know, make some quick turnover there, because I can imagine when that goes live and all this news hypes up, especially if there's a bull run. And Starbucks already published the press release on their site. So they're not trying to hide from it here, guys. So really big things are ahead, and we got to be patient. No one can predict when the exact date of the next bull run, right? We're not fortune tellers here, but we make educational guess, right? We look at the facts, as I'm sharing the facts with you. We see the stage being set, and we have to be patient. Like I always say, you have to be patient in any investment, real estate, other assets like gold and silver, and of course stocks, right? There's a CNBC actually shared a really good video the other day where they said if you had put $1,000 in 2009 after the market crash in Apple and Google and Netflix and so forth, how much you would have made. And the people who did that and held, they look at the stock price now, or Amazon, right? It is up significantly. So that's where patience is important. Patience is important. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take that long, right? We know the market is very volatile, and it swings very high and it swings very low as well. But it does move a bit faster. And obviously some of the bear cycles last, like we had a really long bear cycle this year. But that's okay, because you know why? It gave the market time, a lot of these projects, Ripple, Ethereum, and so forth, different companies to start establishing themselves and get prepared for the run. And some of this is by design, because there's manipulation in the market. I personally believe a lot of the prices were suppressed so that Wall Street and a lot of the big money can get in and start hoarding and building their supply. And they're going to make a lot of money. And like I said, if you hold your stash at least, you can make some good money as well. Everyone has their different price, their different numbers, right? Maybe just an example, $500,000 is enough for one person, depending on where they live. And they're like, you know, I'm happy with that. I'm good. Another person says $1 million is good for me. Another will say 10 million is important for me. Everyone is at different stages in their life, different things going on. So it depends on how much you're holding and what you're doing. So it's worth the wait. So have patience. Sometimes I see the comments, people get very impatient, like, oh, you've been saying the same thing for a long time. Well, I'm stating the facts. And like I said, I can't accurately predict the future or when something's going to happen. But if we look at the facts, we can make some, like I said, educational guess from there and some judgments, right? No one can, with 100% certainty, predict anything. Like I said, if I could tell the future, I probably wouldn't be doing videos. I'd be a millionaire already, because I would know the next lottery number, or I would know what to invest in a long time ago with stocks and that type of stuff, right? So hope you guys grasp that, understand these principles. Markets move in cycles. We look at the facts. We can't, with 100% certainty, predict anything, but we look at the facts. We make educational guess. Don't invest with your emotions. Invest with knowledge, with doing your research, looking at the facts, as I said, and making sure that you vet these projects and things that are happening and call it as it is, right? Don't get emotionally attached to something. Even if you're a Ripple XRP holder, don't get emotionally attached to it, because what if, knock on wood, cross my fingers, nothing happens, but what if Ripple does something that's detrimental to XRP? I'm not saying that's going to happen, because their track record is proven, but the principle of it, right? Keep up with the news, watch what's happening, watch what the big money's doing, the whales, the crypto exchanges, and so forth. And keep holding strong, guys. Keep holding strong. I think, like I said, some big things are ahead. Anyway, what do you think about this news? FXChoice listing XRP, the ability to withdraw and deposit, a Forex exchange. This is so big. Ripple doing some great initiatives, but also great for marketing and the long-term growth and in getting investors to trust the brand and invest in XRP. So if you're holding XRP, this is great news for you. This is so big, guys. Former UBS bankers, like I said, starting a crypto bank, custody service, asset management, cryptocurrency exchange. The independent reserve exchange gets approval from government folks, and Ethereum will be used by the Austrian government for federal bond auction. So great stuff. What do you guys think about this? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I will talk to you guys later.